Welcome back, everyone. It's Kirok here. Welcome back to another ALS Earthwalk episode. You guys who have been on the channel and following know that I come once a year and I participate in the ALS walk here in Ashbridges Bay, Toronto, Ontario. My mom passed away from ALS about 6.5 years ago, and so my brother, we volunteer sometimes for the setup when they do the walks, and it's actually a beautiful day, so I'm looking forward to it. But more importantly, the whole point of this is to raise awareness about the disease. I've known two people in my life who have passed away. One, my mom, and one, a co-worker of mine as well. And it's a pretty harsh disease. It takes away your motor function. It takes away your ability to move. Eventually, it can take away your ability to eat properly, speak properly, and eventually it'll take away your ability to breathe. So the whole point of this is to raise awareness, raise funds, because all that money that gets generated through events like this, and this is not the only one, there are many more, goes a long way to help in research, in helping also with families who need equipment. This disease is pretty bad in the sense that it doesn't just affect the person who has it, it affects the entire family. Trust me, I know. So, you can see over here, they're still doing the setup. Actually, let me zoom in a little. And on the other end there, the gentleman I think's got the music going. So copyright strike inbound. But today is actually great. Usually these events, or at least this location, they do it each year at the first week of June. It ends up getting cloudy and rainy, but today's actually a beautiful day. Clouds are starting to come over, but I don't think it'll rain. Anyways, I'll be recording the event. I'll be recording any announcements they make, and I'll be recording the walk itself, so people walking on the path. There's, I believe, a 3-kilometer path as well as a 5-kilometer path. So I'm looking forward to it myself. We'll see you on the path.
Today. At the ALS Society of Canada, we continue our learning and the work of addressing inclusivity, diversity, equity, and accessibility. We look to understand and consider how these issues and opportunities for change reflect in our culture and in the work that we do to support the ALS community. Today, at the ALS Canada Walk to End ALS in downtown Toronto, we come together on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit, Anishinaabe, Chippewa, Haudenosaunee, and Wendat peoples. We also acknowledge that this territory is covered by Treaty 13 and the Williams Treaty of 1923. In the spirit of reconciliation, we honor and acknowledge the enduring presence of Inuit, Métis, and First Nations peoples. We are grateful to have the opportunity to come together on this land today. In addition to June being ALS Awareness Month, we also like to recognize that it is National Indigenous History Month. We encourage the community to take this time to learn about, reflect on, and recognize the rich history, heritage, resiliency, and diversity of Indigenous peoples across Canada. Thank you for being a part of today's event.
Welcome to the 2026 Downtown Toronto Walk to End ALS. Thank you for being here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Liza and I'm the community lead for Toronto with ALS Canada. And we are so grateful to have you with us today. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us at beautiful Ashbridges Bay. This weather could not be more perfect. It's meaningful, it's important and impactful to come together as a community with a shared purpose and to support one another. We couldn't do the work that we do at ALS Canada without the incredible support of people like you. So thank you. I'm not going to take up too much time speaking because we have some very special people joining us today, but I would like to go over a few quick housekeeping items. So as of this morning, the total amount raised for the Downtown Toronto Walk to End ALS is $192,000. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I need to say thank you to our sponsors. So thank you to Tim Hortons, thank you to Hornby Organics, Toronto Today, and Village Media. And a huge thank you to Neil, DJ Real Deal, who has been an incredible support of our walks as well as other events within the organization. So thank you, Neil. You're amazing. Thank you to Leslieville F45, who keep us moving and will do a short warm-up with us in a few minutes. This is also very important, so washrooms. We need to talk about the washrooms. So the washrooms are this way. It's about a 2-minute walk this way eastbound. It'll be on the right side of the path at the Woodbine Beach Bathing Station. We also have another set of washrooms actually on the walk route. So the walk route, it's actually been simplified this year. So it's 4 kilometers. If you would like to complete the full 5K, you can do an additional loop of the wooden boardwalk and then finish at the event space. You do not need to do another loop of the paved road that runs along the beach, just the wooden boardwalk, so keep that in mind. And then after the walk, also really important, once you have finished the walk, do not leave without grabbing your 2026 Walk to End ALS commemorative bracelet. So we have one per participant. There isn't going to be any closing ceremony, but please feel free to hang out, have a snack, and chat afterwards if you would like to. And so, without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce the CEO of ALS Canada, Tammy Moore.
Thank you, Liza. And thank you to all of you, because you're coming together today in community. In this way, as much as the Walk to End ALS is such a critical fundraiser for ALS Canada and the work that we do, it's about community, and it's about making sure that no one feels that they are facing ALS alone. So thank you for being here today, and thank you for what you've done to be able to inspire others to be able to give to raise that incredible $190,000. Before we talk about the money, I want to continue on the thank yous. I want to say thank you to all of the volunteers. You've seen them here today in their teal shirts. It's volunteers that help us to be able to put on these incredible events. So thank you to our volunteers. And to our volunteers, like our board members who are here today. I saw Peter somewhere. So there's Peter Brenders. Peter is one of our board members, and we have wonderful advocates and board members who help us to do our work. And thank you to our team. So I have some of my wonderful team. You've met Liza, and there are others that are here today. So to the ALS Canada team, thank you very much, because they're working tirelessly, day in, day out, all year long to be able to do the work that we do at ALS Canada. So now let's talk just for a minute about the money, and the money that you raise and what it allows us to do, because that's how we create a world free of ALS. So we've been able to successfully lobby the provincial government to be able to help support ALS within Ontario specifically. Because of you, we've been able to advocate and successfully get funding for the clinics throughout Ontario to have allied health professionals at all of their sites, and to provide for community leads like Eliza and the other 9 community leads who are around the province, who are in clinic the day somebody is given an ALS diagnosis, immediately helping people to start to understand and to access resources. It's helping to fund our equipment program so that, again, people have what they need to be able to live with ALS. In total, it's almost $9 million a year that the Ontario government has given to ALS within the province. Deserves a round of applause. And now we're advocating, and MP Maggie Chi is going to love to hear this, because we're advocating to the federal government for $50 million. We have 4 programs that were identified when we brought together clinicians, researchers, people with lived experiences, and the ALS societies from all across Canada, who said, you know what, if we had $50 million, we would like to have invested in the Canadian Neuromuscular Disease Registry, so that we know what ALS looks like right across this country. People can put in their demographics. It will also help them to get better access to clinical trials. It's also for the Capture ALS, so that we can look and understand what is ALS. Gives us a better understanding of the disease, helps us to understand why somebody might live a few months and somebody else might live a few decades with this disease. That will get us to a place of precision medicine. And that's important because the 3rd and 4th components of this are around Access ALS, where we will be able to have more phase 1 clinical trials closer to home here in Canada. And phase 2, phase 3 through CALS, which are the clinics that are right across this country. $50 million will help to scale the projects that your dollars, through the Walks to End ALS and your generosity, have helped us to invest in over the years. But now we need government funding to take us to the next place. So we look forward to your help to be able to get us there. So thank you for your generosity and for inspiring others to give to the Walk to End ALS, so that we can do our work to create a world free of ALS MND. Isn't that incredible to be able to do this? Thank you so much. Right, now it is my pleasure to be able to introduce MP Maggie Chi, who has been a wonderful supporter of our cause over time. So Maggie?
Thank you so much, Tammy. It's amazing this morning. You guys brought the sun out. We brought the sun out. And I think the mayor can attest to it because, you know, Toronto, right? Toronto weather, you never know. And thank you, Tammy, for your leadership. It's been incredible getting to know ALS Canada over the past year, and the work that you do is very inspiring. So good morning, bonjour à tous. It's a privilege to be here with you today on behalf of the Minister of Health, Margie Michel, for the Walk to End ALS. But before anything else, I want to say how meaningful it is to be here with you all today. For some, this walk is about someone you love. For some, it's about someone you miss. And for others, it's about a fight that is still very much part of everyday's life. That's why days like this today matters a lot. They remind us that ALS is not just a diagnosis or a statistics. It's something that affects families, friendships, communities, and life. And yet, despite the challenges that ALS brings, this community continues to show up. And this number that we see today is a testament to that. You show up with courage, with determination, and hope. So before we begin our work, I want to say thank you. Thank you to ALS Canada for the leadership you provide year-round. And thank you to the volunteers, caregivers, researchers, clinicians, advocates, donors, and supporters who make this movement possible. And thank you to everyone here today who has chosen to turn concern into action. Because that's what this event represents, and not simply awareness, but true action. Not simply recognition, but commitment. A commitment to a future where families no longer have to face ALS alone. That commitment is helping drive real progress. Across Canada, researchers are working to better understand ALS, improve treatments, and move up closer to new breakthroughs. through investments from the Government of Canada includes support through the Canadian Institute of Health Research and partnerships with organizations such as Brain Canada and ALS Canada. Important work is taking place in laboratories, hospitals, and clinics across the country. And here in Toronto, we see right here in North York and across the city, Sunnybrook researchers are exploring innovative approaches, including focused ultrasound technology that could help deliver treatments directly to the brain. It is exciting work, and it reflects the world-class research being done right here in Toronto, right here in Canada. At the same time, clinical trials are expanding across the country through the Canadian ALS Research Network. And while we often talk about research in terms of studies, discoveries, and innovations, what matters most is actually the people behind these efforts. Even breakthrough represents hope. Hope for a patient, hope for a family, and hope that future can look very different than the present. But we also know that research alone is not enough. Progress requires partnership, requires urgency, and it requires listening to the people with lived experience with ALS every day. People living with ALS are not simply participants in this work, they're essential partners in it. Your experiences, perspectives, and voices help shape better care, better research, and better outcomes. And as we look to the future, that spirit of partnership must continue to guide us, because ending ALS will take all of us here and all of us beyond this park. It will take governments, researchers, families, advocates working together towards that common goal. And that's exactly what I see gathered here today. A community that refuses to give up, a community that believes progress is possible, and a community that continues to move forward one step at a time. So as we begin this walk, I hope we carry that spirit with us, the belief that progress is possible, the confidence that science is moving forward, and the knowledge that no one facing ALS walks this journey alone. So thank you again for being here, for your advocacy, and for the hope and determination you bring to this cause every single day. And let's make every step count. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maggie. And now I would love to introduce our Mayor, Olivia Chow.
Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for believing that, yes, we can find a cure. 1,000 people get, maybe I'm too close. 1,000 people get diagnosed every year, and it's difficult. But what you're doing here is showing the courage, showing that we can make a difference. And I want to thank Tammy Moore and your incredible leadership in fighting and believing that we can make a difference. As we walk today, think about nature. Think about the spirit of someone that you might have lost, and how that person continued to encourage you and inspire you and commit to making a difference. And think about and reflect what could be the future, because hope is important. As I was coming here, I was imagining these nasty protein. They are nasty and they kill nerve cells. We thought we can shoot them, we could mitigate them, and I'm thinking, yes, it is possible to deal with these nasty protein that are taking the nerve cells and trying to destroy it. So I believe that we can make a difference, and I am so encouraged by all of you showing up. And I see the names, I hear the stories, and every story matters. What we need to do is repeat the stories, inspire others to join the fight. Already you heard from Tammy that the provincial government have said yes. And the City of Toronto will always make our public space as accessible as possible, our community center that you can enjoy. We will do our best as much as possible on public transit to make it accessible. to make life easier. So I just want to salute your spirit, your courage, your tenacity. Yes, every step of the way, of the walk matters. And thank you so much for coming out. You make us proud. This is a city that cares. And by all of you showing up, you demonstrate that we care deeply. Thank you again, and have a wonderful walk this morning.
Guys, so you watched the video, you saw everybody walking, everybody being supportive, a celebration of life, right? Everybody giving time and helping each other as a community, and that's what this is all about. I got my shirt. They are giving bracelets out this year, which is kind of nice. I gotta go grab mine soon, but I want to say thanks for coming back and thanks for watching the video. It's not a long one. You did hear, though, I did record, you heard that this event, I think it was this event specifically, raised about $192,000, which goes a heck of a long way to help support families. All right. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.